Hey guys, this is Mose, and I want to talk about something that is not being looked at, and right now we're becoming confused. There's a lot of mixing of bloodlines, there's mixing of different seeds, there's mixing of different bloodlines, there's mixing of different people, there's all this mixing that's going on. So I asked the Most High, I asked him about the days of Noah. And I'm finna get into that for you. So, guys, we don't post to mix at all. And a lot of you guys don't know that. You guys think it's cool to procreate with other cultural people. But what you fail to realize is the Nephilim never left. The Nephilim is still here. And you guys are mixed breeding and crossbreeding with the Nephilim. This is the part that they're not telling you. This is the part that they're not explaining to you because they want you to be docile people. They don't want you to do the research. They want you to just listen to what they have to say. Well, let me go ahead and give you some information on what I found. And guys, majority of this stuff is in the book of Genesis. The beginning is the end. Revelations is revealing. But Genesis was basically the beginning and the end. Because he explained to us about the times of Noah. Alrighty, so I want to go back to when it says, let us make them in our image, right? And so I'm like, y'all, who is you talking to? A lot of y'all say, oh, he was talking to Yahshua, or y'all like to say, call him Jesus, right? No, he wasn't. No, it was not. And I'm going to make you guys aware that Jesus, as that's what y'all know him by, he was a prophet. He was a man approved by God. He was not a God. But you have been taught that because the devil infiltrated the Bible, but you guys didn't know that. Because that's what they've been teaching you and what you grew up on. That we all grew up on it. But it's not true. But let's get back into the book of Genesis. So I'm like, okay, y'all, who is you talking to? Because at first I thought it was the fallen angels. Because remember, the fallen angels wanted to make children in their image too, right? So the Most High was talking to his angels about making children in his image, male and female. Now, I was listening to some information prior to about this young lady. She actually broke it down for me. Because I never understand why they call Yah a he or Yah a she when he's a spirit. So the Most High broke it down in a very easy, simple way. And he stated that he have both characteristics. So he's masculine. He's masculine energy. Remember, he's a spirit. So he's a protector, provider, procreator. He has that because remember, he made man and woman in his image. See, a lot of you like to say, oh, well, he made man in his image. No, that ain't what it said. It said he made male and female. So the female, she has characteristics of nurturing, loving, kindness, things like that. So that's what you call balance, yin and yang. He needed balance, so he needed masculine and feminine energy to balance, right? So let's continue. So now, after he done created Adam and Eve, and guys, what you fail to realize, he actually created a being before Eve. Y'all didn't know that, did you? Her name is Lilith. Lilith was also created from the dirt of the dust of the ground. So was Adam. They was created at the same time. And Lilith did not want to be, she did not want to be the lower part. She wanted to have the same equal rights as Adam did. So and you can put that with the woman's rights activists. See, they get that from the word of God, but they don't teach y'all that. That's a spirit that is moving throughout the earth where women want to be in charge of men. But you guys don't know, that's a story for another day. She fled out of the garden. She became a demon. It's interesting how they kind of skip over stuff. Now when the Most High, he said, you know what, I'm going to make Adam a helpmeet. mind you, he said help meet. That means that she gonna help him meet whatever he needs to meet and get where he gotta go. So when he created Adam, right, and he put him to sleep, then he created Eve out of his, out of his rib. So that's why she's so close to him. Now, mind you guys, where was Adam at the time that him and Eve were separated? Did you know that they did not put that part in the Bible? So we don't actually know what happened and how Eve met up with the serpent seed. And guys, if y'all don't know what a serpent is, that's bestiality. This is why the Most High started creating these laws to protect us. That's why I says transgression. Transgression is sin. Sin is transgression of the law. But y'all don't break it down like that. Right? So let me get back into it. So when Eve was walking throughout the garden, she met up with the serpent, because they call it a serpent. They never call it the devil. They never called it any type of name. Pay attention to what they're saying, guys. They didn't call it by a name. They just said the serpent. A serpent can be a multitude of things. You know what I'm saying? But they said that it was a snake. Or was it a snake? Or is that what y'all educating us to be, is a snake? Right? Because that's what we've been taught. Okay. So, when Adam was doing what he was doing and Eve was left by herself, and the serpent was like, you can eat from this tree, because when you eat from this tree, you will not die, but you shall live. And knowing her, she don't know what's going on. She all gullible and stuff. She was made from the man real, right? So now, when they use the word beguile, because if you guys don't know what beguile mean, that means that the serpent the serpent had sex with Eve. Now, this is the part that they don't tell us. They don't tell us that Eve got impregnated. They just told us that Eve had sex with the serpent, right? So now her eyes done open. Now, hold on. Now, Adam done hit it. Adam done had sex with Eve, right? But this is at two different times. So when did she get kicked out of when did they get kicked out of the garden? Because when was these children born? You know what I'm saying? So let's go back. So the Most High was so upset of what happened. Now, he said he was going to put enmity between thy seed and the woman's seed. So that means that there is going to be two different creations. It's going to be God's creation, and then there's going to be the devil's creation. They're going to come from the same womb. That's the part they didn't explain to us. Right? So when she got pregnant by the devil, let me not say that, but when she got pregnant by the serpent, she said, I've gotten a man. Listen to the words that she's saying. She said, I've gotten a man. Now, for you guys that don't know, I can't tell you when this occurred, because a lot of you guys don't know. They got kicked out of the garden, right? When they got kicked out of the garden, they went into some mountains. And they died over 70 times. I'm telling you guys, you got to read the books to understand what I'm saying. Right? So we're going to go back to what I was saying. And what y'all fail to realize, they did have kids in those. They did have kids in those caves, but in the cave, but they don't tell us that they don't took this information out the book, right? So I'm just giving to you the best way I can. And if you want to know where I found this information, you have the Bible, you have the Apocrypha, the Book of Jubilee, the Book of Enoch, the Book of Jasher, and the Bible. Those are the books that I will make you aware of. There's other books out here, but those are the books I want to make you aware of. Right? Okay, so let's get back to it. So, okay, Eve said she gotten a man. Right? That's what she said. So now, when she was intimate. Now, she gotten a man, guys. This is the part they left out. That child was half human and half Nephilim. That's the part that they did not tell us. Cain was a Nephilim. They didn't explain that to us in the book. So this is where you're getting confused. That's why you don't know what's going on. And we're dealing with Nephilim right now. The Nephilim, and I'm going to give you an example, but I'm going to continue to go. So Nephilim, these police that are beating and abusing us, the people of color, or the Israelites, those are Nephilim. Y'all didn't know that. Oh, but this get a little bit deeper. They don't want to explain this to you, because if they start telling you the truth about who we are, then the game is up. Surprise, we know. Now we got to learn how to fight. But let me get back to the story. So now, mind you, she had Cain, right? She said, I've gotten a man. Listen to what she's saying. Now, she got pregnant by Adam. Right? Now she's saying, I gotten a man from the Lord. It's interesting. When she got pregnant by the serpent's seed, she gotten a man. But when she was pregnant by Adam, which was the body of the God, because he created him, she gotten a man from the Lord. So why did the Most High say that I'm going to put enmity between thy seed and the woman's seed? The reason he said that, because there's going to be two different beings coming out of our wombs. That's why. And I'm finna go ahead and I'm finna push it forward. So we got that part right. Now, remember when Adam and Eve had Cain and Abel, right? And Cain was more of the field. He was always out doing, fighting and doing all kind of stuff, right? Then you had Adam. Adam was the keeper of the sheep. He was the keeper, making sure stuff stayed intact, right? Now, mind you, when Abel gave his offering, the Most High accepted his offering. Y'all remember that? It's in your book. He accepted his offering with no problems. Now, when Cain tried to give the Most High his offering, the Most High wouldn't accept his offering. Now, we was taught the reason he accepted his offering is because he was giving him he was giving the Most High whatever he wanted to give him. However, what if I tell you that he wasn't of God? He didn't have the Spirit of God, and the Most High wouldn't accept him. Sound like some of these baby daddies, don't it? They know it's their kid, but they don't accept them. Interesting, isn't it? But let's keep moving forward. So he wouldn't accept anything that Cain gave him. So Cain got angry. Cain killed Abel because he didn't like the way he was being treated. And when the Most High asked Cain what he done, because remember, Abel's blood was crying out to the Most High. Then what Cain say? Am I my brother's keeper? See how the attitude? See why you gotta have an attitude when the Most High asked him this? Well, the reason he had an attitude because he was angry, because he's not of God. He's of the serpent seed line. And ain't the serpents angry? We see it all the time. They still around us. And you trying to say, hey, Moshe, what do you mean they still around us? I'm finna explain to you. Let's go to the second part. Alrighty, so now we remember that Adam and Eve had Cain and Abel, but they also had Seth. They also Seth had Enoch. They had all these other children, right? Now, mind you, you remember that the Most High told Cain that he'll be a vagabond throughout the earth, so he was just going to turn up shit real quick. Okay, so now let's go to Moses. Let's go to Abraham. I'm sorry. So let's go to Abraham. Now, Abraham had Isaac and Ishmael, right? So, Ishmael is the Indian culture people. That is Isaac's brother, right? So, they got blessed just like Israel got blessed, or Isaac got blessed. But I'm finna explain to you something else. See, this is where the twist and turn come, but we don't pay attention to it, right? So now Isaac done got married to Rachel. Now Rachel done got impregnated. But who did she get pregnant by first? Because it's telling us that she was pregnant with two different nations. So if she had two different nations in her womb, to me, when they say nations, they had one of the enemy, the devil, and they had one of God. because these are nations, right? Or what you would think. But nations are people that were created, right? So now we know that she said that she had 2 women, and they was in there fighting, right? They fighting like hell. Now, mind you, let's go back to when the Most High said that he would put enmity between thy seed and the woman seed, that he stated that, hold on my Bible, that one would bruise the heel of the other, right? That was in the beginning. So when we go over here to Rachel, she pregnant or whatever, and guess the baby, who come out first? The Nephilim child. See, this is the thing. Esau was a Nephilim. He was red and hairy, right? And to be honest with you, that was not Isaac's son. Why did Rachel make it prevalent to where she was told to make sure that Jacob got the blessing, right? So after they done fought and stuff like that or whatever, now Esau done sold his birthright. They said that the Most High was angry when Esau sold his birthright, but that don't make sense to me. It don't make sense to me because he just told us that there was 2 different nations in his womb. It don't make sense. So if it was 2 different nations in his womb, there have been women that have got pregnant that had twins that had 2 different fathers. Did y'all not know that? See, this is stuff that they hide in plain sight. And the reason I wanted to tell you this is because when it comes to people and a lot of the information, they never told us because they keeping it hidden. See, they hiding it so that we won't find out what's really going on, right? So let me get back to Esau and Jacob. So we know that Esau sold his birthrights because that's what we was told, right? Now, when he sold his birthrights, now Jacob got the birthrights. This is the part that a lot of you guys gonna miss. Esau, what Esau did was, his daddy told him not to mess with the Canaanite women. This is Ham's children, guys. These are Ham, not Cain. The Canaanites. Not Canaanites. Canaanites, right? The father told him not to mess with the Canaanite women, right? Because he was so angry. Esau, he went and married 2 of the women. But let me tell you. Now remember, Ham's son Canaan was cursed, but they never told us what the curse was. They just told us that he was cursed, right? Alrighty. Excuse me for skipping that part. So Ham's son was cursed. Now, I'm going to have to backtrack so you can get an understanding from where I'm about to go. So remember, Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, Joseph, right? Now, remember when the flood and stuff happened? Guys, there were Nephilim that survived that flood. They don't tell you that. There's a Nephilim, I call him OG. He was a Nephilim, right? This Nephilim was so tall, it rained 40 days and 40 nights, and he survived because he was too tall. He couldn't drown. Now, mind you, they killed the spirits. They killed the bodies, not the spirits, right? Alrighty, so now, Ham seen his father uncovered. So that's what they're telling us. We don't know if it was his father uncovered or his mother uncovered. But we know there was one was uncovered, and he was laughing. But if you listen to what Noah said, people didn't catch on to that. Noah said, I'm going to curse your son, Canaan. Right? So, I didn't understand why would he curse his son and not curse him? Because he knew what them Canaanites, what was going to happen, right? They were going to crossbreed. They were going to misbreed. They dealing with demonic stuff. That's why they were cursed. Not only that, when he cursed them, he made sure that we knew what they looked like because they had leprosy. That's the part they didn't tell us. So now I understand where all these white people coming from because it didn't make sense to me at first. There are Canaanites mixed with Nephilim. That's why they have no emotions, no heart. That's why in the Bible it says, "Let the wheat and the tare, grow together." Grow together. Because you can't tell them apart. Alrighty. So let's go back to Ham. So Ham had Canaanite, right? So let's fast forward it back to Isaac and Rebekah, Jacob and Esau. So Esau went to Esau went to the Canaanites and he married the Canaanites. And he mixed bloodlines with the Canaanites. If you notice, when Esau went and married the Canaanites, it kind of disappeared. It wasn't really a lot of information they was talking about, right? So now, Jacob, what did Jacob's mother tell him to do? Rebecca told him to go to her brother's house to keep their bloodline pure. So for y'all people that think that bloodline doesn't mean nothing, yes it does. It means a lot. Because she was trying to make sure that the bloodline stayed pure. Okay, so now we're going to keep moving forward. Now let's go back to Esau. Because what we fail to realize is, it's like Esau just dropped off the face of the earth. No, Esau didn't drop off the face of the earth. They removed a lot of Esau information, and Esau got a book just like everybody else got a book. So what happened? So with Esau in this book, excuse me, not Esau in the book, but Esau, when he traveled and he married the Canaanites, now mind you, these Canaanites who had leprosy, so they was diseased people. So I hate to tell you guys like this. So your Caucasians, the ones that y'all intermingling with and y'all breeding with, those are leprosies, and that is a disease. And the Most High did not want us to mess with those people. What are y'all doing, Israel? Y'all are marrying into those people, which means that you're tainting your bloodline. Not only are you tainting your bloodline, you're fusing DNAs. So what you're doing is you're creating another nation. See, when y'all talking about, when I hear people talking about, oh, I'm mixed with African American and white. No, sweetheart, you have no identity. You can't be mixed like that. That's where transgender come from. That's where transhumanism is coming from, because y'all guys don't understand what they're doing, but the enemy does, because they've been doing it for a long time. So what is he doing? What they're doing is they're fusing bloodlines. So when you sleep with another person, and even this in your Bible, you can read this in the Apocrypha, and you can read this in the Bible. It tells us not to mix bloodlines, because when you're fusing bloodlines, you're infusing DNAs. Transhumanism, the easiest way to do it is by intimacy. But you guys think that it's okay to you guys think it's okay for us to be intimate with these other cultural people. And even in the Bible, the Most High, and this is the South, if y'all don't know, the Bible is for the South Kingdom. That's for the book of Jubilee. That's for the book of Judah. Judah and Benjamin was the South Kingdom, and some of the Levites that I just learned. Now the other 10 kingdoms was the Northern Kingdom, which is the Book of Mormon. So that's why I'm kind of careful about what I tell you guys in the beginning, because a lot of you guys are religious and you're going to stop at a certain point. So please ask God to renew your mind. When he renew your mind, he's going to open your mind up to different things. So don't be afraid of what somebody tells you. So let me go back to the book. So Canaanites and Esau, they mixed, and Canaanite. Esau was half Nephilim. This is the part they're not telling us, because I'm trying to understand why the birthrights had to be given to Jacob. It was given to Jacob because he's the actual bloodline of the Most High. The other bloodline was of the Nephilim. Now, when Esau went and married the women of Canaan, the Canaanites, he went and married them, and he mixed bloodlines with them. So now they're half Nephilim and they're half Canaanites. Well, so they're still the diseased people, so their skin didn't change. None of that. They still those people. Now, why don't they explain this to us? So why they don't tell us this? Because they don't want you to know that the Nephilim is still among us. Give you a prime example. Let's go back to the police. All right, so if you notice, every time you get pulled over, they don't even question you anymore. They just shooting you. No question, no nothing. Nephilim don't have no spirits, guys. These people are demonic. It's black people. Hold on, don't get it twisted. So let me go ahead, because first thing you're going to say is, oh, she's saying all white people or Nephilim. There's some black people that are Nephilim too. See, a lot of y'all women into these tall men, right? I don't like tall men. I never just really been attracted to them. I haven't. Because I believe they part of the Nephilim bloodline. See, that's why they mix it. I'm going to tell you what this white girl said, and you guys might look at it the way you want to look at it, but I just want to explain this to you. A black guy asked a white girl why she liked black men. She don't like black men. You know what she said? She said, I want my child to have darker skin so they'll be able to survive what's about to happen. Now, for you guys that don't know, the Nephilim know what's going on. The demonic spirits know what's going on. Why is it that you don't know what's going on? Because you're docile people. You are gullible to whatever somebody tell you. Somebody can tell you that the sky is falling and you will believe it. God, y'all gotta do your own research. Stop allowing these people to tell you things and to destroy who you are, because the objective is to destroy you. Now let's go back to the transhumanism. So now they're creating all these different antidotes, these serums for to fuse DNAs, just like the days of Noah. This stuff done happened before, guys. Why am I saying this? Because I need y'all to understand that what's about to happen has already happened before. Now with the transgenderness, transhumanism, trans, the reason you're hearing that so much is because they're trying to infuse things, whether it's animal DNA with human DNA, seed DNA with a seed DNA with another seed DNA. They're trying to infuse this stuff because this is how they're going to create the Nephilim that's going to grow really, really big. Now, mind you guys, for you guys that like sleeping with estranged women, because even God told Solomon not to mess with them estranged women, he did anyway, and you want to know why? Because he turned his heart. Now, for a lot of you guys that's messing with these women of these different cultures, the reason the Most High don't want you to do that is because of the gods they serve. We don't serve the same gods, y'all. The Most High knows that. And you know what he told them in the book? And a lot of you men and women finna get mad at me. He told the children of Israel to get rid of them women and their children. So let me just put this in easy, and let me put it easy for you, in easy terms. Guys, you're creating a whole new community. This community is not neither black, white, Asian, Chinese, none of that. They're not that. You want to know why? Because you're infusing DNAs. So this is a different culture of people that you're creating for the devil. Because see, his army, he's building his army. That's what the days of Noah was. I need y'all to read. I need y'all to educate yourself. I need y'all to look beyond your natural state of mind. So why am I saying this? I'm telling you this is because when you're mixing bloodlines, now mind you, they creating these serums, these antidotes, these potions to put in your body to help you either to live longer lives. They trying to create their what the enemy's trying to really do is create his army. And they know what they're doing. These Canaanite people, they white, yeah, with the stringy hair. Those are Canaanites. Those are Nephilim. Canaanite and Nephilim people. What are they doing right now? What are they doing? Y'all know what they doing. Why they trying to mandate stuff and stop stuff or all that good stuff. I just wanted to put this out here for you guys because I want you to know that the information is out here. You just got to educate yourself, but stop mixing. Guys, stop messing with these Caucasian women, these Asian women, anybody that these women that are pale, they're actually black. Pale mean black. Black means pale, no color. See, they done taught us that we're color, so we're evil, we're demonic. No. We're the original people of this earth. So anyway, let's go back to that. So, what I want to explain to you is, guys, do your research. If you want to know where I found a lot of my information, it's in the Bible. It's actually in the book of Genesis. I never left the book of Genesis. Because I had to learn that the beginning is the end and the end is the beginning, and all of it is in the book of Genesis. Does the other information plays a part? Yes, it does. But what I asked the Most High to educate me on is the days of Noah. The days of Noah is in the beginning, and it's also the end. So that's my 2 cents. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and bye.